What's good, my people? It's your boy 336, and you are now tuned in to another episode of the 336 podcast. I'm here today to tell you that I'm ahead, not up to date. Yes, that means I am from the future. Your today is just my yesterday. Spoiler alert, ain't shit changed. What's good, my people? Hope y'all having a great week, man. Let's talk about this crazy things that's going on in the world. Not all crazy, but let's talk about what's going on today. All right, so speaking of crazy, we starting off with something that is kind of crazy, and that's the fact that a pastor got robbed on live this week. As some of you guys might know, or really last week, probably while I was doing this show, he was getting robbed. And yeah, the pastor got robbed, but that's not all. He got robbed in church during a church sermon as he was preaching. He is known in the area in Brooklyn boroughs. Of course, he is a very popular pastor, but he's also known for his flashiness. This, of course, caused a very crazy situation when suspects ran in. They made him get down on the floor. This was, like I said, on live in the middle of a sermon. And they knew where to go. They knew how to get it. He says they tapped on his collar to see if he had some chains on under his suit that he was wearing. And they went in and ripped his collar off and grabbed those chains too. So that means these guys knew what to get. And they only robbed him and his wife. There have been some mixed numbers about what was taken, but we do know that we can confirm they took a couple $100,000 of jewelry off of him. Some reports say that him and his wife, maybe combined, it was over $1 million worth of jewelry that they took off these guys, which to me is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? We all like what we like. We buy what we buy, as he said in his live responding to this whole situation shortly after he was checking in after the robbery. If I want to buy jewelry, that's my prerogative. And yes, that is your prerogative, and that is your target as well. These people, they coming and they gunning. They robbed them. He said he went after them. He was able to see that they were in a Mercedes Benz and that they did change clothes and took their mask off. So he says, we know a lot more than you think, but that just may be a scare tactic. Bishop Whitehead is known, like I said, for his flashiness. And now it comes to a crazy point. Of course, you're a pastor, you get robbed, but you get robbed for a couple $100,000 or maybe over $1 million in jewelry. People are like, why is a pastor wearing all that jewelry? What do a pastor got with $400,000 or $1 million worth of jewelry? Him and his wife just stunned. So, of course, people looked into this guy and we see, they stunned. They living their life. They doing their thing. I can't call them flashy. Some people, they like nice things. And when people work hard and they're successful, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? What you want me to do? If I like it, I like it. You know what I'm saying? We know Bill Gates and, all the guys, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they ain't out here wearing chains and stuff. But, that ain't their culture. They don't do stuff like that. They buy other things, but, we like to stunt, in the community. You feel me? He did say he was from the streets. So, some things just don't change. You feel me? But there's been a lot looked into this guy, and now we're also seeing that one of the members of the church decided to say, hey, I'm going to take this time with this national attention to step out on faith. Glory be to God. Yes, sir. And one of the members said that the pastor actually took $90,000 from her. And somebody's like, $90,000? How did the pastor just stuck the old lady up? This is an older lady. She accused the pastor of selling her on a dream of an investment firm or investing into his firm, which, he's known to have some development projects as well. But she gave him $90,000, which was her life savings. She's a very older lady, 70 or 80, in between that range. And she said that the pastor, took the investment. She thought she was investing into it. And oddly enough, you was 70, 80 years old. The pastor had agreed to pay her $100 a month. Now, what was $100 a month going to do for you with that $90,000? I want you to understand how long it would have took for you to get that $90,000 back. And then I want you to understand that the chances of you making it to where you at least get your money back, let alone see a return on your investment, is very, very slim to none. You will be up there with the king. Hallelujah. And yeah, the pastor said that, you know, after months of being antagonized by this member, she said that the pastor told her, lady of mother of the church, deaconess, I just thought that, you know, that was an offering to my business. I didn't know that you were saying you were investing. I took that as a donation. Woo! Bishop Whitehead going crazy, ain't he? Bishop Whitehead don't play no games. He said, hey, that was a donation. I don't know what you talking about. I'm a nonprofit organization because I own the church 501c. And yeah, man, I don't know. This is all crazy. But yeah, that is just a story that's come out. Of course, you know, a lot of clout chasing could be done. And yes, the senior citizens be chasing clout too. So we don't know what's happening. We don't want to say anything about the man of God. He's apparently very well known, very well respected. And I'm sure there will be a lot more on this situation as the details continue to emerge. All right, man. So I'm really excited about this because I kind of feel like this may be my long lost, you know, brother. You know what I'm saying? I love my older brother. I love my twin brother, but I think we got one more out there, y'all. We got one more out there. And yes, I want to talk to you guys about the Mirror Line. Yes, it has a very good name, very good ring. And if you see it, you will understand why it's called the Mirror Line. Probably named that because of its reflectiveness of the things around it or what it should be expected to reflect. And that is the Saudi prince, MBS. And I apologize. A couple weeks ago, I butchered his name. I said MSB, MAES, something like that. But it's MBS, Mohammed bin Salman. You know, I don't know how it is, but you know what I'm saying? I got to get over there and find out how they talk. You know what I'm saying? What that lingo be like. But yes, he announces $1 trillion venture called the Mirror Line. And the Mirror Line, it will be the world's largest skyscraper, reaching as high as the Empire State Building while stretching a massive 75 miles long. This structure is said to be able to house up to 5 million people. And it'll be called, again, the Mirror Line, and it will feature 2 parallel buildings. There'll be like a little space in between, but 2 parallel buildings that will be 75 miles long, over 1,600 feet tall, and it will all be powered by sustainable energy. This is so great. This is so interesting. I got to get over there. We got to get MBS on a podcast because, man, I got to pick this guy's brain. I got to see what his vision is. His vision is pretty dope, pretty neat. You know what I mean? He wants this to be ready by 2030, but engineers say that this could take 50 years. But a guy like this, you know, $1 trillion investment into the city of Neom, which is what this place will be called. This is where it will be located. This is his vision for the past couple of years, to build a city called Neom in the middle of the desert. Neom is just kind of short for new future. When you break it down into terminology, I know y'all ain't think it meant like slave world or slave ship or slave house or something like that. No, it means new future, according to the Arabic interpretation. But yes, house up to 5 million people. It will feature a train that will give you end-to-end travel within 20 minutes. So you can travel 75 miles in 20 minutes. Let's try to do the math. I think that's going to cause us to triple our mileage. So that'll be like 225 mile per hour train. And I don't know if that's load and unload time included because it would have to be faster. But yes, this over 220 mile an hour train will take you in the end using renewable, reusable, self-sustained energy. It's going to be pretty dope. It's going to be underground as well. But this place is going to be massive. It will feature an area that is said to be where 1 million people, again, it'll house up to 5 million residents. 1 million people will be within 5-minute walking distance of each other. So that's going to tell you the massiveness, how many people will be there, the size, the girth of this. I mean, it's just an amazing feature. If you see it, they have some videos and some demos of what it should look like, how it will look like. I think they're going to go through with this. Guy had that money, he got that bag and he going to get it. The site will also feature vertical farming, and what that is going to be is another method of self-sustainability. A big thing about this is he does want it to benefit the environment. He does want it to benefit the things around. And he wanted to be friendly because, of course, people are going to be worried about the environment. You guys know I am an environmentalist now, according to last week, man. I love the environment. And, It will be featuring self-sustainable food, vertical food chains, which will be implemented into the building. So it'll also be included in the structure itself. And residents will pay a subscription that will afford them 3 meals a day. I mean, this guy's smart. When you talk about business, you talk about savvy, you talk about self-sustainability, you talk about forward progress. I mean, this is it. This is exactly what it looks like. This is exactly plans I have in my own book of plans. This will be a futuristic city. It's going to feature, again, that massive train. It's going to feature autonomous items in it. So this will literally be like the future. That's what he wants to build. His main goal, he says he wants to build something that rivals and is as timeless as the Egyptian pyramids. And I want you guys to just think about that. He is one of the richest men in the world and one of the richest countries in the world. And he says, I want to build something that rivals the pyramids, which were built thousands of years ago, and they're just pyramids. So I want you guys to just understand, here we are thousands of years later, and all the money in the world, all the resources, all the technology developments, and we still can't compete with the pyramid, man. The pyramid is a great structure, but if he's able to pull this off, I think it will be something that can be rival to the pyramid itself. But think of that, guys, and we won't talk about who built the pyramids or, how that came about, but I mean, wow. What I'm saying? Some powerful people back here 1,000 years ago, and we still trying to compete, man. So the Mirror Line by your boy MBS. I know I'm going to get me a room. You know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna do? All right, so some of you guys have heard about this for a minute, but it has just re-engaged. The deal has been finalized between JetBlue and Spirit to where they've reached an actual agreement. So let me not say it's been finalized, but the deal itself has been finalized where they will be buying Spirit Airlines, JetBlue, for $3.8 billion. And honestly, guys, that's really not a lot. Delta, they're seeing around $40 billion a year, pre-pandemic levels. So when you talk about $3.8 billion, that's like we can do that in the first quarter. But JetBlue is one of the smaller airlines. It's not considered a part of the big four of American, Delta, United, and Southwest. But they say that this merger and this acquisition will help to level the playing field of some of the big four airlines in the space and will just allow competition to be a lot better. I guess they feel like, we need to compete. We need to compete on the highest level with these guys, and we need to break up the market share. That's their job. That's one of the things that they want to do. Some people, though, they fear that this type of acquisition can hurt the customer, and some feel that it's bad. CheapFlights.com owner said, this is just bad. It's going to raise prices. He said, some of your flights that you get to certain destinations are cheaper on American per se, or United or Delta, because Spirit has that same route. So they have to compete with Spirit. Now, Spirit is known for its super affordable pricing. It's not known for the bells and whistles, though. However, JetBlue, it is a full service airline offering some intercontinental flights that allow your seat to go all the way back. It offers free in-flight entertainment, among other things, as food and drinks and beverages. So this is a merger of, kind of like not the top class. Again, it's not the big four, but, some middle class with some low class. You know what I'm saying? Do you just want to ride on this plane, or do you want to get some benefits and some features and have some additional accessibility on a plane? And that's what people will struggle with. What does the consumer want? Does the consumer want a better flight, or do they want a cheaper flight? What is going on? I don't know if this merger is good, but, that's the argument that people are facing now with this merger. But again, they're trying to, have some type of competition. This merger, I know you've heard about it before and you're hearing about it again. And guess what? You're going to hear about it again because this is just an agreement on, okay, we're going to purchase this. Mind you, we talked about Elon buying Twitter. That deal is still not finalized. The acquisition and merger is still not complete. So just think about how long this stuff takes. And that's just social media. This is airlines. This is billions of dollars. This is thousands of employees and things of that nature. This is thousands of air routes, air cargo, traffic control. A lot of things have to be taken into consideration. How will this benefit flight quality and air quality? So this is going to take some time. Some believe that it could take months or even up to years, as JetBlue will likely face some type of federal regulatory probe into whether or not this is beneficial for the customer. on whether or not this is beneficial for the business as a whole, because you're taking one airline out of there now. So it's going to be, a big change when you don't have Spirit anymore. And they are basically going to come in and make sure that, hey, you're not going to compete with the top four. You got to buy your way into the top. You got to buy your way into the top, man. And these people are going to come in. They're going to make it real difficult for JetBlue to get this merger and this acquisition. And, I'm not saying anything. I'm saying what I'm seeing. I'm saying what I'm hearing. I'm saying what is said to be going to be said. You feel me? But this is what's happening. And, them Spirit flights for $20 to Miami to get your BBL, they might be leaving, shawty. All right, man. So, yeah, we got to talk about this, man. We talked about how, in California, our national forests are suffering at the hand of wildfires, and just the inability to be contained is what's causing these fires to spread rapidly. And they're being caused by the lack of rainfall, the droughts, and the area just being so dry. But on the other hand, in our country this week, we've had natural disasters, what we'll call it, reaching across the nation as flooding has occurred. And we have one of the most deadly floods in Kentucky's history, as Eastern Kentucky was hit by rainfall that just sputtered out of control, literally. And it is now said to be confirmed 25 are dead, and that includes 4 children, which was retracted from being 6 children after they confirmed, the actual dead. And it sucks, man. This rainfall in Eastern Kentucky, it is damning. And what it is that the Kentucky River, which is normally 1 to 2 feet, it rose up to 18 feet. And this is one of the most massive floods, again, in the state's history. Flooding began around midnight. So just imagine you're asleep in the middle of the night and you just start to feel water. And, it's raining and you're like, oh, I love the rain. I love to sleep. But, before you know it, it's water. Your house is moving. It's shifting. Your car is submerged. Structures were moved in this flooding. Houses were shifted and carried along in the flooding. And you have to understand, this rain, it continued all the way till 10 o'clock in the morning. So in the wee hours of the night, all the way until almost the afternoon, rain and flooding occurred in Eastern Kentucky. This is just, it's really tough. It sucks to see that this happened. Again, kids were affected by this. I hate that. Some people have, lost almost all the people in their home. Again, there's still a lot of people missing, a lot of unconfirmed. The 25 number of confirmed deaths is expected to rise even over the next few months as they continue to try to do as much as they can. Over 400 people have been rescued by the National Guard in surrounding areas, as Southern Virginia was also hit by this, or parts of Northern Virginia, was hit by this as well. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy, and it's unfortunate that such a disaster like this could take place. Experts say that around this time of the year in a city such as, Jackson, this was like a less than 0.1% chance of happening, less than 1 in 1,000 chance of this type of disaster happening, but there was a chance and it happened. These things are natural phenomena. These are anomalies happening within our weather systems, literally, and it's continuing to move. So, next time you see flash flood warning, better pay close attention to it, because as a photojournalist said, this could, again, be the new norm for flooding in America. All right, guys, that's all we have time for today. We have some interesting things, some things in business, some things to look forward to in the future, and some saddening things happening in our country. Again, pray for all, pray for peace, man. Y'all know what I say, man. Make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe, man. What do you think? What are your thoughts? We're going to be back again next week right here on Sundays. Make sure you guys tune in. It's your boy 336. Y'all stay safe, but most of all, stay sucker free out there. Zoom!